A lot of people are having spiritual experiences right now. Visions, insights, downloads, synchronicities, big realizations that feel meaningful and more real than even your material environment. But very few people are being taught how to interpret these experiences. And that gap between having an experience and knowing how to interpret it is where a lot of confusion, dependency, and harm tend to creep in. So today I want to talk about something simple, grounding, and often missing from spiritual conversations: spiritual literacy. Spiritual literacy is the ability to accurately read your inner experiences without inflating them, dismissing them, or outsourcing their meaning. It's not about being awake, and it's not about belief. And it's not about having more experiences. It's about interpretation. Spiritual experiences can happen to just about anybody, and spiritual literacy is something you develop, and that distinction matters more than people realize. Spiritual literacy means knowing the difference between having an insight and an impulse, between an intuition and anxiety, and between genuine clarity and nervous system activation. It means understanding that a strong feeling doesn't automatically mean guidance. A vivid experience doesn't automatically mean assignment, and a synchronicity doesn't automatically mean destiny. Literacy doesn't make your experiences disappear. It makes them intelligible. It allows you to stay grounded while still being open, curious without being suggestible, and engaged without being swept away. Now let's talk about what spiritual literacy is not. It is not constant certainty. It is not feeling special or chosen. It's not nonstop signs. And it definitely is not never questioning your own experiences. A framework that removes your ability to question what you're experiencing, that isn't literacy. That is dependency. And intensity is not depth by default. Some experiences are powerful because they matter, and the depth shows itself once the intensity starts to wear off. Volume is not truth by default either. Some messages seem louder because they are important and need to get your attention, but the truth is confirmed by clarity, coherence, and integration, but not by volume alone. Also, excitement is not the same thing as clarity. One quiet sign that spiritual literacy is developing is that things actually start to feel less dramatic, not dull, just clearer. There's less urgency to explain what's happening, less need to label it quickly, or more importantly, less desire to have someone else confirm it for you. You don't have to feel certain about everything. You feel more comfortable not knowing because you stop treating every insight like a question that has to be answered immediately. And with time, what is meaningful will organize itself, and what isn't will fall away. Because if everything is a sign, then nothing is. When people don't have the tools to interpret their experiences, they tend to hand that responsibility to whoever sounds the most confident. A teacher, a guru, a system, or an ideology. That's not because people are weak, but because interpretation is a skill, and most people are never taught it. Without spiritual literacy, people don't just get confused. They start chasing experiences instead of integrating the ones they've already had. Or worse, they build identity around moments instead of capacity. Spiritual literacy doesn't make you more mystical. It makes you harder to manipulate by others and by your own projections. And that matters. You don't need to rush to figure everything out. Spiritual literacy isn't something you download. It's just something you build over time. And if it feels like some pieces are still unresolved, that's okay. That doesn't mean you're missing something. That means that you're at the beginning of learning how to read your own experiences clearly. This isn't about waking up. It's not about transcending. And this isn't about ranking yourself against anyone else. It's about staying oriented inside yourself long enough for clarity to form. We'll talk about more how this develops in upcoming episodes. For now, it's enough to know this. You don't need to hand your inner experiences to anyone to confirm them. When something is real, clarity doesn't need to be chased. It has its way of meeting you when you're ready to recognize it. Now, the next episode coming up is of equal importance. What is spiritual media literacy? Well, it's how to not get duped, and no one likes that. So, we'll talk about that then. Till then, stay sovereign and stay weird.